We're out to eat right now. How do you feel? Yeah, that explains it.
I get up when you get down to this. Keep cool, but still get loud to this. When it drops, just can't deny. The mic turned off, but I'm amplified. So if you wanna ride.
Today you will need 1 pound of sliced pineapple, half a cup of water, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 6 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of light brown sugar, 1 stick of melted butter, 2 eggs plus 3 egg yolks, 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So to begin, I'm going to take my sugar that I have in the pot and I'm going to put it on my stovetop. To this, I'm going to add my water. Make sure it's all wet. And then I'm going to turn on my heat to medium high. While that's cooking, I'm going to start to combine my other ingredients. In a smaller bowl, I'm going to combine my flour with my leavener and my salt. Give it a quick whisk, then set it aside. Then in another bowl, I'm going to take my brown sugar and my eggs and egg yolks, my vanilla, and my melted butter, which is cooled. And whisk these all together. And finally, I'm going to add my dries and fold them in just to combine. And then you have your cake batter. My sugar is bubbling rapidly, so we're going to let this bubble until it gets nice and slow and it begins to caramelize. Very important to not touch the pan at all. If you move it, you risk the chance of crystallization. You'll notice that the bubbles will get slower. You can see it's slightly starting to caramelize. It's a little bit of a honey color. I'm going to turn off my heat, grab my whisk, and I'm going to add my butter very slowly. My butter is room temperature. So add a piece and start to whisk. Be very careful when you're doing this. You don't want to burn yourself. Add more. And the final piece. Alright, so we have made a sort of caramel. This is going to go in the bottom of our pan, which will become the top of our cake. I've set aside my caramel mixture. Now I'm going to chop up my pineapple, tip it sideways, and I'm just going to slice very thin slices. Or thick, whichever you prefer. It's probably about maybe a ½ inch. I'm going to take a 9-inch cake pan, give it a spray. Into this, I'm going to layer my caramel, my pineapple, and then my cake. So into my pan goes my caramel. It'll melt back down when it's in the oven. Spread it out evenly. My pineapple, grab little quartered pieces and put them right in between. And finally, your cake batter, just pour it right over the top. And you're all set. So our cake is going to go into a 350-degree oven. It's going to bake for between 45 minutes to an hour. It's done when it's golden on top, and if you press down on it, it springs right back up. When your cake comes out of the oven, it's gonna look like this. Pretty dark. I almost dropped it when I pulled it out of the oven. When you press down, it springs right back up. So set this aside and let this cool just until you can put your hand on it comfortably on top, and then we're gonna flip it out. It's cool enough for me to pick it up. It's still a little bit hot. I'm gonna take a large plate or whatever platter you wanna put it on. Take the plate over the cake. My fingertips are holding the edges of the pan. And I'm gonna flip it over. And voila, pineapple upside down cake. Thanks a lot for baking with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week.